Gotta do a foot patrol of this trail over there. Drop my phone in there. Hey, splash. Splish splash. This isn't to drop my phone, I'll shit my pants. I think the water looks cool. How fast it's moving. I started filming everything I do at work because people do stuff to me. I get sick of it. So now I just literally put my phone in front of me like this. It's funny, no one bugs me. There's been mass accidents right here. Some person wiped out on their motorcycle once. Smashed into the concrete barrier. My bike over here when I come over here. And I get away from people too. If I'm on my electrical scooter, the fishermen can't get me. There's a lot of nice people around here. Nobody's gonna fuck anybody. It's St. Catharines, you know. Homeless people try to sleep under here. And the Hydra guy's always yelling at me. He's like, tell them not to be under there, bro. Somebody drowned here a long time ago. They put a cross here for them. Chris, Gary, Mark, and Bruce. I think 4 different people have drowned here. I don't know what that's about. Maybe not. Maybe someone just made that. I know a girl went missing. She got murdered and they found her here. Boyfriend's in jail. Hello. What's up, buddy? Hello. Hello. Port Dalhousie in St. Catharines, Old Port Dalhousie. Doing security for the hydro station. Hunting or fishing prohibited. All they do is couples and fence, man. It's annoying. I've been threatened with a fishing knife freaking 2 years ago here. The fisherman was so mad, he was down there. I'm like, how are you gonna get me, bro? There's a fence in between us. Yeah, he's like a freaking old man too, with a big beard. I'm like, leave me alone, buddy. You're gonna stab me over fishing, bro. This guy's an idiot. I don't even call the police on people either when they do that. I just forget about it. Okay, I'm not gonna ruin someone's life over him being stupid. This is where everybody loves to go under the fence, bro. Just imagine grown men climbing under here, getting covered in mud, and just to go down there, bro. When they can legally fish, like at the edge of this fence line, all back there, you can fish. I don't get it. Because the salmon are spawning and they go more towards the hydro station because it's sucking them that way, the current. You can't even eat the fish where I live, you know? They're just doing it for sport, bro. I don't know. I don't hate fishermen. I don't even go fishing. I don't agree with it. Unless you're eating the fish or something, you need to survive that way. I think it's kind of cruel, man. It's like living old ways and like nowadays with all technology and herding animals and all the stuff you used to do a long time ago when people had to live that way, you know? That's the way I look at stuff. My cousin, he hunted a long time ago and he's got deer heads and all that crap. And now he's blind, man. Can't even see nothing anymore. He owned a coral business for saltwater coral. He made a lot of money. And he was a manager at a giant like warehouse, like factory that makes steel. And now he has no job. He's on disability. He had to give his business away. I think that's all karma from killing things and shit his whole life when he didn't have to, you know. He didn't have to go be a hunter. He used to be the best fisherman for salmon in the whirlpool in Niagara Falls. He'd go down there like every night, you know, and go fishing. He's got mad pictures of all the giant salmons he caught. I used to go down in the whirlpool with him. We'd have like fires down there. Because they'd always fish really late at night. It was fucking cool, man. Nobody does that no more. Everybody's on YouTube calling each other gay all day, bro. So, gay means happy in the dictionary, joyful. Why don't people get educated and read a book? Instead of thinking they're funny, bro. Not to mention, why do other grown men who aren't gay care about gay people? Care about talking about them? Care about ridiculing them? Making fun of them? They really have nothing to do with the way they live their life. It makes no sense. It's like the fishermen. It's all the same, get it? The fishermen don't have to go in there. But they do that crap anyway, right? It's like I don't have to bang my buddy's wife, but people do that too. Get it? I know I'm normal. I wouldn't walk over here because it's hydro property. There's a first reason. And there's a sign there. There's probably like 10 good reasons why I wouldn't go over there to go fishing. I gotta argue with people about it. You know what else they did? They give my contract here away to some old guy and told me the contract had ended. I was working here Monday to Friday. It's supposed to go from October till like Christmas. So before November 2nd, 1st was the last day I worked here. Then they told me there's no work there. The contract ended. But they trained a new guy to work here and he's working my shifts, bro. And now I'm back here working again at the same place that the lady told me ended the contract. So see, everyone lies, man. I'm gonna go to the labor board probably. That's why I'm making this live stream too. Because I literally want to sue like 20 people right now. They keep doing stuff to me. The neighbor above me tormented me for half a year, man. Stomping on my head, waking me up, yelling and screaming at each other. They're crazy as hell, man. Then her kid kept throwing garbage at my e-bike all day because they lived above me. They flicked cigarette butts at my bike. I seen the guy trying to spit on my e-bike seat because I lock it up outside by my window. Okay, his kid tried to pop my tire with a fence spike. He kept putting his toys near my bike, like his little ball and shit. He was like probably a 12-year-old boy or something. But they had like 3 adults in the apartment. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. And like 4 kids, bro. And then another adult started staying. All above my head. And they're from Ukraine or something. So they're speaking in a different language. And they would talk so loud that you would literally hear them screaming at each other. But they're probably just talking normal, man. Just imagine what that feels like. And then I come to this job and I get yelled at by people and called names on my ass, you know? I wonder I have a bad freaking attitude problem lately. I'll give the fishermen credit. They're not bugging me since I came back here. I've only worked here yesterday and today. And I have to come back here Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully. Unless they cancel the contract on me again. I honestly think I'm only here for this thing. See this thing? I don't know why people aren't honest, you know? Like, say how they poured all the concrete, so now the fence is missing. So when I worked yesterday, I don't know if this is some dumbass test from the hydro guy, but this padlock was undone. They used to do this to me when I worked at Shaver Hospital. The nurses and all the people, they would leave doors unlocked to make sure I'm doing my rounds properly. They'd leave a window open, and if we didn't notice and write it on the guard report, they'd rat us out. Like, I don't understand, bro. So look at that. Some nurse that works there just opens the window to test the security guard. Like, get a life, man. Shaver Hospital wanted me to check every door handle every hour. There's like hundreds of door handles, man. How's that possible, bro? And then patrol the building everywhere. And patrol the back hospital part where they take all the disabled people. You know, when I was younger, I drove taxi for Elite Taxi in Niagara Falls. I drove for the Fallsview casinos. I drove from Casino Niagara, driving taxi a long time ago when I was 25 years old. And I did that for years. I made mass money doing that. And then they started all these other cab companies. They started arguing with us. They didn't like us. Then there was too many taxis, you know. Because when I started driving taxi, my father knew this man named Paul Walker. And he owns a cab company in Niagara Falls that's still around. It's called Elite Taxi. He's the best cab company in Niagara Falls. He used to own Niagara Falls taxi plates. So he literally started his own company, and he owned wheelchair vans and like kind of limo car and a couple of nice Crown Victoria, like old police cars. And that's who I worked for. So even back then, people were doing shit, bro. They were trying to steal my work, you know. They seen how much money we made for the first year doing that. I made so much money. Then all these cab companies opened with wheelchair vans, trying to steal off of the guy who worked for his idea, you know. And all those companies now, they don't exist no more. He's the only one that's still around, man. I'm pretty sure. And this whole story has to do with the neighbor above me that I don't know if they own the taxi. I told my mother this. It was weird. They look familiar to me. I want to prove all this, bro. That they were literally bugging me because they remembered me from driving a taxi when I was 25, like a long time ago. Because I remember there was a company that started with these three like Ukrainian or Serbian dudes, and they literally looked like them. They looked like the grandfather, the one guy, and the other guy that was living up there. They're all related. And I don't know if that's why they're bugging me. So I think that's called like harassing me or something. I could sue them for money, no? Using little kids to torment me and mess with my property. Play stupid games. The kid used to linger around my door with some other little girls, and they'd make stupid noises at my dog, make my dog bark, and then they would laugh about it. And they'd run back and forth up and down the hallways. Then someone put a wet floor sign in front of my door. Someone was putting playing cards in my mailbox. I'm not even lying about all this, man. It's on camera. There's a camera. You know what else they do? They throw half joints outside in the middle of the sidewalk because my dog eats everything. It's like the worst, bro. It just tries eating everything outside. So what do people do? They throw chocolate bars on the ground. They dump half cans of beer in the grass. And they just leave the can laying there. And then my dog tries licking the grass. And they do energy drinks. She gets sticky shit on her fur. And then by the time I get inside, there's already a knot coming on it. I can barely wash off her foot. And sometimes I have to cut her fur off. I'm gonna start videotaping it all, bro. Like every day of my life. The shit. I literally wake up and eat food and come to work and don't bother nobody. Try to take care of my dog. Make weird YouTube videos, like shorts videos that never made me 5 cents. And I appreciate anybody that watches me and like, you know, I'm not like, I don't like talking to the camera pointing at me and stuff. I'm not used to doing that yet. I don't really do live streams. I'm trying to literally get monetized, honest to God. I have no money right now. My work laid me off for 3 weeks when I needed money so bad. And I'm behind on all my bills now. All I do is work my ass off, bro. I worked at Marineland before it closed. I was a rides breaker there. I worked at Marineland 4 times in my life. I was born in Niagara Falls, you know, Canada. They closed Marineland. It fucking made me sad. I had the best job there. It was a 5 to 6 hour shift. I had to break all the rides people. I do 15-minute breaks, and I had 4 or 5 rides. They separated the rides into 2 people for the adult rides, and they had the kids rides breaker person. Anyway, I had it like down to 5-6 hours, and I came to my security guard job for like a 6-hour shift. I had a gap in between. And then they closed Marineland. That's why I'm broke now. Okay, I can't replace a Marineland job. I'm not going to get another job where I can walk around the park in like 15 minutes at one ride, then I walk to the next one, 15 minutes, and then you do half-hour breaks. It was the best job ever, bro, and I got to see all the animals. I took my lunch with the dolphins like every day. I got to go see the dolphins like every day, bro. And they moved those dolphins and they died. And my mom told me about it. And I got mad. They keep moving all the animals out of Marineland and trying to sell them to people, and they're all dying, man. Like, what is the point of that? That man who owned Marineland, I met that man when I was a teenager. I was like 16 years old and I worked there. And I met him, and he was like a nice man, and everyone hated his guts. And the whole city of Niagara Falls talked bad about him, basically. And he was a nice man, bro. Like, he liked animals a lot. He was like not a mean person. He shot a dog once on the property because it was like trying to bite people and like guests in the park. I guess they like escaped from someone's thing and went on his property, and everybody twisted the story around that he just shot the dog or something. Like, they just lie about the guy, bro. And as soon as he died, his family just wanted to sell it. And I would just go to work, and his son ran part of the arcade. His one son had money from the arcade, and his other son was part of the other part. Like, they all had part of the park's money that they would get. And one of his sons committed suicide, and I think it's the guy that owned part of the arcade. He had something wrong with him. So anyway, the other son, when his dad died, he just wanted to sell it. And their mother was sick. And every day I go to work and I listen to everybody in the park with their gossip bullshit. They don't even know what they're talking about. Everybody has a different story. And even to this day, bro, like, nobody even knows if Marineland sold the park yet to anybody. They haven't even finalized the deal. It still says Marineland on everything. So that place is just weird, you know? The man made that place from a bunch of deer. Like, I swear to God, dude, when that started, it was deer there. There's nothing else. I think you could go there for free even and feed the deer. And then he started building other things. So to me, his family disgraced him, you know? And you know, they bought a brand new ride in there before I worked there 2 years in a row. The first year they put a ride in there. So it's like, why would they even do that to get rid of the place? I tried to bug my supervisor to let me have like a haunted hayride there for October because the park always closed before Halloween. And I said, why don't you leave it open for the whole month of October? And there's a place called the Pumpkin Patch or something in Niagara Falls. And I said, you could have that guy bring pumpkins there. And you could have like a hayride. And they had trains in there. You could drive people on the trains. You could charge money for people to come. And you could have like a Halloween setup in there with like characters walking around and employees working still. And blah blah blah. Like, I had all these stupid ideas and no one ever like gives a shit what I say, bro. So I don't know if anybody goes to Niagara Falls. On Lundy's Lane, there's a like a haunted thing in there. It's near a campground. I know the people that started that thing. They make mad money, bro. So again, why wouldn't Marineland want to do like a hayride thing? They'd make a fortune. They would have like sold pumpkins to people. I even told them, why don't you grow your own food in here for animals and things to save money? Or like, you could sell food to people or something, I don't know. Because he had so much property that was just like a bunch of grass with like nothing on it. I'm like, why don't you just farm it all, man? Get it? They're not going to listen to me because I just work there and I'm a bum. And I don't have a lot of money. It's like none of these people in these houses would listen to anything I say because they're rich. Honestly. If I was rich, I wouldn't be a security guard. I'd own the security guard company. See why I'm so mad, bro? I want to own things, dude. I don't want to work for fucking Walmart. I don't want to work at Tim Hortons and go, "Welcome to Tim Hortons, how can I help you?" "Hello, welcome to Tim Hortons, how can I help you?" I lost my job a long time ago. I had to work at Burger King, man. I told the lady, I'm not doing cash. I can't talk to people. I'm not good at that. You know? She tried to make me do cash, and she'd try to tell me the spiel, and people would come up and they'd say, "Hey, what's up?" "Yeah, what do you want, man?" And then she didn't let me do it no more. She's like, "You can't do that. You can't talk that way." I'm like, "Well, I'm not saying the speech." Okay, I hate it wearing name tags at work. I hate it wearing their dumb hats with their name on it. I've had like 40 jobs in my life, you know? I'm old, man. I worked in a mill before, factories. I've done all kinds of shit. Asbestos work, demolition with my brother. I did grass cutting with all different landscapers, commercial, residential. I've done sod work, cut trees down. I've literally done everything almost. Besides be somebody who makes money. This job is honestly like really good job. It's really boring, you know. But for the right kind of person who likes to do this kind of thing, it's observe and report. I'm not allowed to touch anybody at work. I worked for Star Security a long time ago. We did events in Toronto, and they wanted us to touch people. I did bouncer job at Club 7 in Niagara Falls when it was near like the Skylon Tower. They moved it now to Victoria Avenue. But I did security there, and the guy fired me because, I don't know, it was some stupid misunderstanding. A fight broke out, and the guy told me never to leave the door where I was standing in case people bring beer bottles outside. And then the owner got mad that I didn't go running to the fight. So I don't know, and it was like my third day working there. And then after that, he ended up letting me work there again because he found out that the other guy told me that. So again, people just do shit to me, bro. I have billions of stories. I worked at Rich's Products in Fort Erie through a temp agency when I got laid off from this company I work for right now. This was last year. Or maybe after COVID, I don't remember. They told me they'd hire me full-time after 400 hours to get in the union there. I worked 360 hours. They said, "We don't need you anymore, bro." They hired some other guy instead of me. So they lied to me. Because literally I had an argument with someone there about a beard net once, and he was not the supervisor. He just worked there, and he was in the union there, and he didn't like me. And I had an argument with another guy at Rich's Products because he's allergic to bananas. I didn't even know the person, bro. I didn't even, like, it was like the first week that I worked there, and I ate a banana in the lunchroom, and I put it on top of a piece of plastic wrapper from something else I had eaten. And this guy tripped right out that I had had the banana on the table, and that he could die from bananas. That's how like allergic he is to them, and how everybody in the factory knows not to do that, and that he doesn't even like bananas being around him. He's a weirdo, man. Some other guy that worked there, he tried to stab the other temp agency kid the one day because the kid was annoying him, and he grabbed this giant knife and he was gonna attack him with it, and all the other employees like talked him down. That place is crazy to work. It's in Fort Erie. So it's literally this giant factory that has all union people that are old as hell. And they get temp agents people to come there and use the shit out of you. They used to turn up the lines on people, and I'd be sitting there while they're laughing at the guy while they turn up the pizza dough line. And he's trying to keep up with all the pizzas coming at him. Get what I mean? And I'm another temp agent. They're laughing, and I'm like, you know, I'm a temp agent, right? And they're like, yeah, so? And I'm like, yeah, now I know you mess with everybody, bro. They do that when they put the temp guys on the lines. They turn the speed up for production count, and I think they get bonuses on their paychecks. I never got no bonus. I was from the temp agency, stupid place. People can check all this stuff. They think I'm a liar, bro. It's called Erie Personnel. I worked at Labor Ready too. I've been homeless a long time ago. My girlfriend left me. I was almost married twice. Been mass girlfriends. I've had a stupid ass life. And all I used to do is freaking party with people. Waste money a long time ago. So when I had a bunch of money a long time ago, I was immature growing up still. And I wanted to party. And I wasted all my money, bro. Now I'm literally security guard. You let me say. Even the security guard, when I got my license, I took it. They lied too. They said I'd make way more money than I make. She told me the average security guard makes over $20 an hour to start. Like, they don't even pay that to nobody no more. All the wages went down, bro. Like, I got my license and they pushed security guard wages down. And the Fallsview Casino and all them, I could have worked there, but they always hire part-time. And it's contracted where they can eliminate your contract whenever. And like, everybody doesn't want to be reliable to other humans anymore or something, dude. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't a job have some kind of loyalty to me? If I show up to work every day and I do what they tell me and I'm productive and I don't hurt anybody and I don't cause trouble, shouldn't they have some kind of love towards me after like a little bit of working there, you know, like some kind of relationship? Okay, I don't feel that no more, man. I used to work for farmers, you know. The guy would advance me money and I'd work it off. Like, we had a relationship, like a friendship, you know. It was like a mutual trust, like friggin'. And that guy's last name is Vanderweyden. And he's related to Joel Zimmerman, which is Deadmau5. Deadmau5 went to my high school. Deadmau5 is a billionaire. Deadmau5 is literally the blood cousin of the person that I rented an apartment from in Thorold. I worked for his father. He's a farmer. Their grandfather owned this giant tomato farm in Holland when they moved here, and they bought up all of like these properties. And they own part of Beaver Dams Road. They own lots of properties. They own like rental places. We used to do work for the guy who owns a Sundowner in Niagara Falls. He passed away. I used to work with that guy where he passed rocks to me. He's a billionaire. And he would just show up there and start talking to my boss. Anyway, his wife blew up in their house. So I know all the stories in Niagara Falls. There's a gas leak or something, but it happened when people were working there. I don't know. Everybody said that someone murdered her. I was like, whatever. It's probably an accident, bro. So literally, he died and she died. I heard he died from surgery during surgery. And that was after she died. And everybody thought he had something to do with her dying. I don't know. It's all weird, bro. And now I think the Sundowner is owned by Russian people. I don't know. I don't even go there. I have no idea. I know a long time ago when that guy died, it was Russian people in there after. I thought that was weird. He's not a Russian guy. Some bouncer there got shot once by some guy on a motorcycle. Like, when I was a teenager, nothing happened in Niagara Falls, dude. We had like bikers and like things that like you would never hear about stuff that happened to people a long time ago. Now there's like worse people. It makes me mad. Like, my grandfather, he's in the army his whole life, and he lived on a military base in Nova Scotia, and my mom moved with him to Niagara Falls, where me and my brother were born. And I have a half sister, and my brother has 5 kids, and my half sister has 2 kids. I don't have any kids. Anyway, I should be rich, get it? I don't have no kids. I still have nothing to pay for. I'm trying to teach people a lesson right now if you're watching this. Don't do what I do. Try to be like positive and create things, man, for yourself. And don't let other people dictate what you're doing, because I'm dictated what I do by other people. Because I'm too old now to change it, you know? If you're a young kid, you should try to literally go to college and get some kind of trade in something, man. Like, learn how to own a website. Like, learn something. Learn something where a lot of people will give you money for it, you know? This job's just limiting me to my boss giving me hours and a wage that she sees fit to give me. If you try all these other schemes like selling on Amazon and selling things online, like there's so many people, man. Like you're really gonna have to pay money to get people to buy stuff from you. Apps are the future, you know. If you're good at like making apps and stuff and you have good ideas about a new app that somebody might want, that's where you can get a lot of money. Because then you're not limited, you know. You get downloads from like anybody in the world, man. Making music is played out, you know. They're giving you no money for that unless you know lots about the music, how to get money from it. But it's usually $2 for every 2,000 plays you get, because I make music. I don't get no money from music, bro. I have music on SoundCloud and like 60 other platforms at once, and the stupid licensing and all that crap. I don't know if that is set up wrong, but I literally made no money from that. Okay, I know SoundCloud sucks, but Spotify don't suck. You know what I'm saying? The way they have it set up, because I'm old and I'm not educated, I don't really know if I'm doing it right. There's another music one. It starts with a D or something. It's like the best one. I used to link wrap things a long time ago to get money. And I'd put the link wraps for drop shippers onto like Craigslist and things. And then Craigslist eliminated the way that I could highlight blue my link. And then nobody wanted to do that for me anymore because the link would be black, get it? But I was making money for a while doing that, like that drop shipping shit. That was a long, long time ago. I was monetized on YouTube like so long ago, and they canceled my monetization for invalid click activity because some person living with me was going on my computer and clicking on my ads. Some young kid that lived in this house I lived in with my friggin' friends. He kept trying to literally wanted to use my Wi-Fi, and I kept telling him no. And when I go to work, he would get in my room somehow and then go on my computer. And I had to tell the guy I'm living with to keep the kid away from me. He was like freaking 14 or 15 years old. He fucked my YouTube channel up. And then YouTube did not believe me. I told YouTube that somebody I told them the truth, man. I don't lie, you know. I said, I didn't do that. I said it was a mistake. The kid did not know what he's doing, like affecting me. And they didn't even forgive me for that shit, bro. And ever since then, YouTube is like refusing to monetize me or something. I don't have any idea. Get what I'm saying? They obviously know I'm still the same person, man. Even if I change my email, they know I have to enter all my information, my birthday and all that crap, and then you have to get verified with your picture. That's all gonna match up with my YouTube from a long time ago. And I want someone to explain how I have 6,000 shorts videos and over 2 million, I don't know if that's channel views or total video views, and they've never given me like 5 cents, man. They give me barely any live stream views. Sometimes I'll do a live stream for 5 minutes and one person will join. So I don't know if that's based on the fact that I don't really live stream very often, but I don't have nothing to live stream about. I don't think anybody wants to watch what I'm doing right now or listen to me talking all this shit. I'm just doing this for myself so that I'm venting it out of my head. I've been holding this shit in for years in my head. My family never helps me. They treat me like crap, man. And I go on YouTube and I leave the nicest comments to people because they're all genuine. And I like to write a lot, you know, I write. My whole life I wrote things. I wrote stories when I was a kid and my mom would like read them and shit. I'd get good grades in school. Like storytelling, you know? Like I had a good imagination. But now that I'm grown up and I try to act that way, people say there's something wrong with me and they don't know what they're talking about. There's nothing wrong with me. Get it? When you get old, people think imagination means you're like have a mental illness or something, bro. Maybe I'm still innocent. And I never forgot innocence, get it? Like being a little kid. I never forgot that I was a baby once and I used to poop and pee and go wham, 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 and didn't know nothing. A lot of people act like they weren't a baby before, bro. And I think a lot of people act like they're going to be here forever, even though they've gone to funerals for people they knew. So what makes them any different than the person you went to a funeral for, bro? See the point of why you should just be nice to everybody? It's called karma. I had this crappy life because of stuff I did when I was younger, and I had bad luck from it. And then I have a lot of good things in my life from not being an idiot about the way my life was and not blaming like my life on everybody. Get it? Like my dad used to beat me up. I don't sit here and cry about it, and like I just know not to do that to people. Some people take it the other way where they start doing that to people. It's like a fucking excuse to me. Why would I do something to somebody if it hurts, man? If I know what that feels like, you know? Why would I ever want to hurt somebody? A lot of people misinterpret things. Like when I make shorts videos, I wear clown masks sometimes. I make like scary videos. I like horror. I like acting, you know? My mom says I'm crazy. It's like, what are you talking about? It's a fucking act. It's not even real, man. This job is an act, you know what I'm saying? I have this coat on with the company name on it to literally just scare those people to not come over here. That's literally my job. They're paying me to be a standing pylon with a coat on. So you see, I've been working all day. Not one fisherman's gone over here. Okay? So sometimes mass fishermen will go on there, and the hider guy acts like I'm making it up or something. Why would I make it up, bro? Okay, my report today is going to say what happened. Get it? And that all goes to other guards that work here that lie, man. So then everybody starts mistrusting each other because other people are liars. Get it? I know the old guard. He doesn't walk down that thing that I did earlier. He's old, bro. He has a cane. He parks his car over here, there's a spot over there, and he plugs in his phone, and he watches movies all night. And then every hour, he gets up with his flashlight, and he shines it on this bank line. And then they put on the report that they patrolled the fence line. Like, no, you didn't, man. So then I write my report, I patrolled the fence line. Every hour, but I don't do it every hour, I just write that on my report. I could see it from right here. I even said that to my boss before. Why do I have to walk over there? I could see from right here. I could yell at people from right here. I don't have to go near them. A long time ago, they made me walk over there a lot. And I have more issues. This year, I just screamed at people and said, I'm going to call the cops on you. And then they swear at me and then they go away. So yeah, it was way better. Not to mention, why would I want to go near people by myself, man? Like later when it's dark out, even. Isn't that dangerous? Like, some of those guys are literally nuts. Those fishermen, they're way serious about fishing. And when you go tell them something about what they're serious about, they get really mad, man. I'm not even exaggerating. They'll kill you, some of them. That's how serious they are about fishing. They take a big insult that you're disturbing their peace, bro. Some of those guys just come here to listen to the water and stuff, you know? They're old. Some of them are bikers and stuff. That's why I don't like bugging them. I told my boss that. Like, I don't know who they are. I know bikers fish there. I don't want to piss bikers off. Ever in my life. Because they don't bother nobody. And when you bother them, they bother you. And they don't stop bothering you. Until you're whatever they want you to be. I'm gonna end this thing, man. God bless whoever watched this. Thanks a lot for the thumbs up. 1 viewer.